lovelies, this is Jenzilla and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a tutorial on how to do oil-proof, sweat-proof, bulletproof foundation. So as many of you know, I have very oily skin, and I mean like very oily skin. And over the years, I've had to try out a bunch of methods to see what would work best for my skin type. I can tell you that typically after probably 2 hours, oil is already peeking through my foundation, no matter what I do. Even if I use like, you know, just regular foundation that typically is said to work best for oily skin, and also primers that are supposed to be oil control. If I don't use this technique that I'm going to show you, I typically will end up with oily skin no matter what I do. So I am wanting to share this with you today. I hope that you enjoy the tutorial. It's actually a really easy tip. It is time consuming, so I would recommend this as being like a going out party makeup, or if you're going to like, you know, go out, then this makeup trick will work a little best. It is definitely a lot of layers of makeup, but as you can tell, my skin still looks like skin. Like I have the application on right now. So please remember to subscribe to my channel and press the notification bell so that you are notified when I have new content. I will be listing all the products that I use down in my description box, and also follow me on all my social medias. I'm Jenzilla80 on my Twitter and Instagram, and I believe Snapchat. I don't know why I never checked this before I film videos, but whatever. So I hope you lovelies have an amazing week, and please subscribe, share, like, comment on my video, and without further ado, let's go right on into the tutorial. Alright, so I went ahead and placed my hair back, and I have my whole little setup here. I'm going to start out with Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. I'm going to spread that all over my face, and this is basically to give a little moisture to my skin. We are doing something that's super heavy duty, like very matte. So, you know, you don't want your skin to look like a desert. You want it to look flawless and whole, but, you know, still have some life to it. So, I'm going to use as my primer the Rimmel InstaFlawless. I actually love this little primer. I'm only going to put it in my T-zone just to fill in my pores. I have humongous pores. And again, I know that we're going for a super matte look, and I'm using a radiant primer, but that's because, again, we don't want to look completely dead once we put all that makeup on. Just your spots where you tend to have big pores. I have, unfortunately, craters on my face. This primer actually really helps fill in those pores. You can use a mattifying one if you'd like. But like I said, I just want to give it a little bit of life. Okay, so we're all primed. Now we're going to move over to that very important step. So I'm going to use the Airspun in Suntan to actually bake under my foundation. I know that sounds odd, but this is really what will absorb those oils from your skin that tend to break through your makeup. So this will really make that foundation application stay all day long, and you know, no breakouts of oil. So I really wouldn't use this makeup as an everyday one because it is so flawless, so intense. But if you're someone who kind of like me, doesn't mind having cake kind of finish, then don't be shy, use it every day. Another one that I like to use is the Rimmel Match Perfect transparent one. I'm just kind of running low on it, and I just bought this Airspun, so I went ahead and tried it. There are of course high-end powders that you can use for this, but since this is baking, it's under your foundation, and that is like the layer that will absorb oil. I love Airspun, and I love my little Rimmel Match Perfection. So those are two that I would recommend. So let's begin with the baking. You can use a little poof that is included with Airspun, which is, I find, very convenient. And I'm gonna put a generous amount of powder in the lid. This is messy. Don't wear your going out clothes when you're doing this. This is like literally like pre-game, okay? So I'm gonna take my little puff and put it everywhere on my face generously. Who else loves the way Airspun smells? I mean, it just smells, I don't know, like if I had a mother when I was younger, I imagine this is the kind of scent she would have had. I don't know, it smells very feminine, like womanly. So, okay. That sounded totally sad, didn't it, if I had a mom growing up? But, you know, some of you may know what it means. It's just, we had different upbringings. So I'm going a lot more generously in my T-zone because those are areas where I get super oily, like this. And then around my mouth. So anywhere where I feel like I just need more oil control. Okay. So now that I've made a mess everywhere, I'm gonna leave this on for a few moments and then we're gonna go ahead and dust it off. A big fluffy brush. This one is a Mikasa F100. Love Mikasa brushes. If you would like to purchase some, you can get a 25% discount on their website, which I will list down below. And the code will be Genzilla8025 or maybe Genzilla25. I don't know, but I'll definitely make sure that I list it. So let's go ahead and dust all this off. It'll look a mess. It will. It looks really odd. And so we go like this. Make sure everything's off. Sorry, I should move my mirror where I'm not looking to the side as much. Sorry, guys. How do you like my new filming room, by the way? I actually love this. This is my little beauty room. I am like so spoiled, not gonna lie. I'm a spoiled gal. So, this is gonna be a drugstore tutorial. So there's two foundations that I would really recommend for like amazing matte finishes. And I mean, I know this one smells like paint. It's horrible. But, you know, definitely one that I would highly recommend is the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus foundation. And I'm using mine in Desert Beige. This is my summer color, so it is a little darker. The other one that I would recommend is the Dream Liquid Mousse in Honey Beige, and this is by Maybelline. This one actually just, I don't feel it got enough credit out and about in the market when it came out. And of course, the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. If you are someone who's like, just, you want one foundation, that is the one. Like, that is the one drugstore foundation you need to have. But I'm gonna go ahead and use my Wet n Wild. I love the little applicator, put it all over. I'm running low, which means it's time for me to go get more. I remember when it came out and everyone was like reviewing it and they're like, oh, it smells so bad. I'm like, I don't care. The coverage on this thing and how matte it is fabulous. But this one you have to work quickly. So let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and use my BHCosmetic 116 brush and just go ahead and apply it all over. I would be gentle with the brush because you're not wanting to really mix all that powder and foundation. And don't forget your eyes. For a long time I wasn't doing my eyes, but I don't know, started doing my eyes again with my foundation. I don't know why I stopped, but okay. And it's gonna look a little messy at first because you're not like super blending, but okay, and make sure you get that neck around the mouth. I'll lift up my mirror so I can see a little better. Okay. So that looks pretty much on. Excellent. Sorry, I think I knocked my microphone like 5 times, so it's gonna be an obnoxious noise. So with that, again, I'm just gonna go over it very gently with my sponge because I don't want any streaks from the brush. So just very gentle around the face. I love using brushes to put foundation on. I used to hate it, but I always go over it with a sponge so that it all finishes like very smoothly. Okay. So now let's go under eyes. Because it's drugstore, I'm gonna go ahead and use my Lasting Finish Rimmel little concealer. I actually love this one. It is lightweight medium coverage. The color I'm using is medium. I would say actually it's very buildable. And I didn't choose a color that was much lighter than my complexion because that's not what I'm going for today. Like, I'm just wanting it to, you know, highlight but not like go crazy. So very pretty finish on this this concealer. And as you notice, I didn't apply like a huge amount because it actually a little goes a long way with this formula. And one thing that I've been doing lately is like under my eyes, because I'm getting those mature eyes, I'm getting more creases. So I'm going ahead and patting the concealer under my eyes just to be sure it sets really well. And then let's do a little bit here, corners of my mouth, just not a lot, just a little bit. So far everything's pretty normal. It's really putting that one layer of powder under your makeup that makes a huge difference on your makeup. Okay. So for under my eyes, I am gonna go ahead and use my Rimmel translucent setting powder. I don't know why I love it. And in combination with that concealer, it's actually like a great combo. So, okay. And I generously apply it on the side of my nose because we know why. Okay. And if you have really dry under eyes, don't powder that much under your eyes. Like, just don't. Okay. So, put this back down. And I'm not going to leave it there very long. Again, with my big Mikasa brush. We're just making sure that it's on there. And that's for the under eye concealer. Alrighty. So next, we're gonna go ahead and give some dimension back to our face. I'm gonna be using my Rimmel Insta contour stick. I actually love this one. It's in dark. I don't use very much the light side, as you can tell, but the dark side, I mean, I've practically used it all up. It has this really creamy texture that is very reminiscent of higher end products. So, and for contouring, this is what I tell people. I'm like, don't contour the way that you see everyone doing online. Like, contour for what works for your face. Like, I am chunkier in places that are a little different than others. Everyone's face shape is different, so don't all contour the same. Okay, and let me just get down here with. Then to blend it, I'm gonna use a BHCosmetic 117 brush, which is kind of a kabuki angle. I actually love this one. And then go right in here and re-give some warmth to my face. Some people may not like a lot of temple contour. I do. Like, some people think it's like a helmet. I'm like, I'm off my helmet. Like, I love the warmth that it gives. Like, it's really, I don't know. I think it's pretty. Okay. And of course my hair is all in it. And on the cheek. And then under the chin, I put a lot more there because, you know, we're trying to hide things. And then my little gobble gobble, I definitely do like that V shape on it. And that's just if you have that. Some people have like that really nice defined jawline. Like, don't go crazy and over contour. Like, I'm just doing it because we're simulating on top of that like an evening look. So all right, and then sorry, I'm gonna get down and do my nose. Well, actually, let me grab a mirror. Okay. Sorry, I'm back making a mess. So I'm gonna do my nose. I go really narrow on my nose because if it's evening, I'm definitely gonna be photographing and then all that good stuff. Okay, across the way. And then with my Damp Beauty Blender, I'm gonna go ahead and soften up all those lines. So no harsh lines. My poor Beauty Blender, it's like done. But I don't know, I love it, so I'm keeping it. Okay. Okay, perfect. So now that we've done that, we're gonna go ahead and bake again. 2 layers of baking. So again, more generously in the areas where you tend to be more oily. So in my case, I'll be around my nose. I'm using my Airspun again. I also like using my MAC Natural Mineral one. That one's really good. And then run on the forehead. Don't worry, we're gonna go ahead and redefine that contour. I just like putting my cream on. And again, this is just stuff that I like to follow. You do what you think will work best for you. This is just what works for me as far as order. So, and again, I'm gonna leave it there for a few moments and then we're gonna dust it off and redo our contour. So, see you in a few moments. Alrighty, so now let's go ahead and take off all that powder. Okay. Beautiful. Taking all that powder off. And then to redo our contour or to deepen it, I'm gonna go ahead and use, kind of tempted to do my natural bronzer for Rimmel in Sun Bronze. I love this color. It's a little more orangey, which I don't know, I think it's like warmer and more natural looking. But if you're going evening and you're wanting something kind of really deep, I would do the Wet n Wild Mega Glow contouring palette. This one is in, I think it's the dark one. Yeah, Dulce de Leche. So this one's a little darker. There's a lighter one. I like this one quite a bit. I'm like really torn. What do you guys think? Like, Okay. Let's go with the Wet n Wild. So as you can tell, I actually use that one quite a bit. I have some really high-end ones. And to apply it, I am using my Estetica P12 brush. But if I wanted to do drugstore, I don't know if I have a drugstore contour. Oh, I have a BHCosmetic one that I could use too, which is my, sorry guys, at BH113. So start here and then deepen up those temples. And I go pretty far down because that's just the look that I like. But if you have kind of a more angular face already and you're just wanting to do a little bit of contour, definitely go for those spots that will just make you look sharper. But if you already have a very sharp face, like I wouldn't contour that much. It makes you look a little too, you know, hollow. So just be careful the way you highlight and contour. You have to do it for your face. I can't say that quite enough. It's super important. So. And you know what? Because I just love that bronzer, I'm gonna go ahead and use some of that Rimmel one over it and not use blush. So I love this bronzer. Like, I think it's so sun-kissed and pretty. Okay, so see how I'm going a little higher with this color? It's because I'm using it later as like a blush. Just warm up my face. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and recontour my nose. Let me find my little contour brush. I'm gonna use BHCosmetic 122. And again, we're gonna use that Wet n Wild. And we're just redefining everything. I do prefer a sharpened nose if I know that I'm gonna be taking a lot of pictures. So you sharpen or soften that nose as much as you want. And I know it doesn't look blended right now, but believe me, when we're done, this is gonna be blended to high heaven. So I just want to remind you guys, I'm not a professional makeup artist. I'm just a person who really loves makeup. And I think it's okay for me to give advice on makeup, even though I'm not a pro. Because you know what? I enjoy makeup. I love it. I've always really been into it, and over time I found all these tips and tricks that work well for me, so why not share them with you guys? So just a quick, and now the most important step is our setting spray. Now we have all these layers of makeup on, we have to set it. So of course the best setting spray for kind of heavy duty jobs to me is going to be the Fix Plus by MAC. But this isn't drugstore. The one that you can use, and as you can tell I've used it pretty much all the way, is the Milani Make It Last, and this one is the Prime and Correct Set 16-Hour Wear Setting Spray. Very, very similar in formula as the MAC Fix Plus, just a little tiny bit waterier. So because I'm doing drugstore, that's what I'm using today, and I'm gonna put a lot of it, like a crazy amount. Okay, and then I'm gonna start letting it dry. This is actually bringing the makeup back to looking like natural skin. So I have a little fan next to me. It is super hot under the filming lights here, so sorry. And then I'm gonna go one last time with my beauty blender, very gently blend in, ooh, my hair, sorry, all of that back so that all that powder looks like skin. So now it's like a second layer of skin. Like, look how flawlessly this finishes. So all over. And voila. Now we've finished applying that bulletproof, sweat-proof, oil-proof foundation. So let me put some eyebrows on, lashes, do some eye makeup, and then I'll be right back. And there you are. This is the finished look. I went ahead and put my eyebrows on, lashes, you know, a little makeup. I used a ColourPop Cosmetic palette to do my eyeshadow, if you guys want to know. Element of surprise. Love it. I think it is so cute for summer. Really good colors. And for my olive tones girls out there like myself, really, really beautiful colors that work amazing with our skin tone. Like, I mean, like, the neutrals aren't like sandy and ashy and disgusting. They're like warm and beautiful. So actually, let me just show you. Look at these colors, like, and a lot of them actually have like pinky undertones, which look like kind of beige. Anyway, you guys have to try it out. It's a really, really great palette. So again, hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and see you for the next one. Bye.